What's up guys, JDK Sports here. Today we're diving into a story so unbelievable, so completely improbable. It reads as if it were conjured straight from African folklore. We are talking about Christian Okoye, a man of immense power, known throughout the league simply as the Nigerian Nightmare. People hear the name and think chaos, they think brute force, a player who scared opponents so badly they ran away from him. But how did the man who stood 6'1", weighing a chiseled 260 pounds, running a terrifying 4:45 40-yard dash, go from throwing the discus in college to leading the NFL in rushing in just 6 years? This is the story of extreme reinvention, the improbable journey of Christian Okoye. Okoye's life was destined to be full of hardships. Born in Enugu, Nigeria, he lived through the Nigerian Civil War as a child, seeing dead bodies on the side of the road and becoming a refugee of his family. His first true athletic love wasn't football, it was track and field, specifically the discus. His father, who had a poor education, dreaded Christian taking to sports because of injuries, insisting he needed to focus on school. But Christian was a bit of a rebel and kept playing. He trained rigorously and became an NAIA champion and African record holder in the discus. He thought going to the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics was a sure thing, throwing as far as anybody else in the world. But politics, the same political things he feared, intervened. Nigeria was not known for throwers, only sprinters, and they lacked confidence in his performance at that level. Just months before the games, he was left off the roster. It was devastating. Devastated and lost at 23 years old, Okoye made a decision. He was done with track. He saw something new on the news, a guy named Marcus Allen running a long way to score a touchdown for the Raiders. Okoye had seen enough. That's the position I want, he declared. Running back. The problem? He knew nothing about American football. None. Everything, the numbering systems, the play names, the directions, was a mystery to him. He was so technically lost that his college teammate Joe Stultor had to make a big piece of cardboard with an arrow on it to physically lay down on the grass, pointing Okoye in the right direction during practice. He admitted he ran the ball, but didn't really realise what he was doing. He considered quitting the game multiple times due to the pain and difficulty. Yet, the raw physical tools were impossible to ignore. That first time he ran the 40-yard dash for his coach, he clocked a 4.38. At his size, that speed was simply inhuman. Entering the 1987 NFL draft, scouts saw an enigma, a massive athlete with frightening power but zero experience. The Kansas City Chiefs took a huge risk, selected the 26-year-old in the second round. When he walked out, everyone in the locker room was shocked. A supposed running back who looked like he was chiseled out of granite. His rookie season was modest, but quickly, the reality of what the Chiefs had drafted became clear. In his first game, he ran for over 100 yards. Defensive backs watching the film quickly realised this was ridiculous. After one powerful run, starting left tackle Irv Eatman jumped up in the film room and shouted, "The Nigerian Nightmare!" The name stuck because Okoye's play was fundamentally different. He was a straight line runner. He didn't cut or juke. If someone was in the full hole, he was running through the full hole. Whoever was there, he was going to run over them or at least try to. When Okoye got going north and south, he was simply unstoppable. Veteran players, looking across the line, often made a business decision. People don't want to hit him. There's an honest to goodness truth that he was the only guy veteran players would try to tackle by putting their head behind him just so they didn't have to endure the blow. When a guy like that is coming at you, the whole thing about your life passing before you is true. Christian was figuring it out. You could see the difference from the first year to the second year. And then came 1989, his tipping point. Marty Schottenheimer became the Chiefs head coach. Marty's offensive backbone was simple, running the football. He quickly implemented the Dirty Dozen, essentially 11 running plays designed to send Okoye right up the middle. That year, Okoye bulldozed his way to the NFL rushing title, finishing with 1,480 yards. In an age where running backs were dynamic, Christian was an anomaly. He achieved this on 370 carries while catching just 2 passes. But if you bring up Christian Okoye, inevitably, people bring up the hit. That one play on Monday Night Football. Steve Atwater got lucky and caught Okoye when his feet were off the deck. Okoye was not dead in his tracks. It became a huge deal and followed Christian everywhere, mainly because it never happened to him otherwise. Okoye still hates being asked about that specific play, insisting he ran over Atwater so many times that it shouldn't even matter. But what many don't realise is the heartbreaking emotional context. That collision happened just 2 months after Okoye and his then wife suffered a devastating tragedy, the loss of their first child who was stillborn. Despite looking invincible, Okoye's punishing running style took an overwhelming toll. 6 seasons was all the pounding he could take. He retired early in 1992. He never missed football after he left, not one bit. He missed Kansas City and his teammates, but the physical contact was simply too much. Analysts marvel at his success, believing he could have been even better if he learned to juke or make people miss. But Okoye didn't care about that. He was a natural runner with great hips who learned enough on the fly to become an all-pro, an amazing feat for someone with so little experience. But Christian Okoye's impact transcends statistics. He was a pioneer, the first Nigerian star in the NFL, inspiring a generation of Nigerian athletes who saw some of the same bloods and backgrounds succeed. Today, players of Nigerian descent look up to him and see a path he trailblazed. The Nigerian Nightmare, a name that meant fear on the field, but off the field, he was universally described as the nicest guy. The gentle giant who proved that immense labour, humility, and adaptation could truly overcome every cultural and physical barrier. Even 25 years after he played, his story is still relevant. That right there is an unforgettable legacy. Let me know in the comments below, what's your favourite Christian Okoye highlight? If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more improbable sports stories. As always, thank you for watching and I'll see you very soon in the next one.